Hi, you may not know me, but my name's Dave Schwartz, and like you, I love the GHL. I've been playing in the league for a couple of years now. This year, on Friday nights, you could have found me playing with the Canadians, and on Saturday nights, I played for the mighty Kraken. And earlier this year, I went to Nick with an idea. And I said, Nick, the GHL's great, but how can we make it better? Nick's immediate response was, well, everybody could pay me on time without me having to chase them. And, well, yeah, that might make it better. Nick's second guess was offside review. Maybe, that could maybe make it better, but no, Nick, when you watch an NHL game, compared to a GHL game, what you're missing is gambling. Sports betting is all the rage right now. On any regular broadcast you look at, you're going to see Connor and Wayne endorsing Bet MGM. Austin is endorsing Bet 99. Cabby's on the Sportsnet intermission giving awful gambling advice. I can't turn on my TV without seeing Kevin Weeks. There's a score betting app, FanDuel, DraftKings, Sports Interaction. This is everything. And if we want to compete with the best hockey leagues out there, we need to get in the game. So I have an idea, and that is our very own GHL betting app called Bet GHL. It's an app that will allow you to bet on all things related to the GHL. Game results, prop bets, who scores during the game. It can give you all the gambling experience combined with it being the hockey league that us, the GHL players, already know the best. Nick said he was pretty interested and wanted to see what this would look like in a prototype and see how it would actually work if we put it all together. So I put together some prop bets. With help from a very special teammate on the Kraken, I was able to get some real gambling connections behind it, get it into a test group, and we were able to roll this out as a beta this season. So let me demonstrate to you some of the bets that I made this season, that I made money on, and show you how easy it would be for you to get in the action and make money betting on GHL games with this app. Number one, the number of times Phil Bowman takes his helmet off on the bench and during a game is huffing and puffing after a long shift, plus 2.5 times. I went with the over on that one, and sure enough, it cashed in. Number two, the number of times that Bruins defenseman Pete Coatsworth would get a shot within 2 feet of the net in a single game, plus 1.5 times. I went with the under on that one. We all love you, Petey, but accuracy is not really your strong suit. You only got one shot on target. In fact, in that game, you actually hit a ref with a shot, even though the ref was standing 15 feet wide of the net. Speaking of the refs, we had them too. Bet number three, number of missed icing calls during a minor game, over under 9.5. I had to take the over on that one. We know Nick has instructed the refs to keep that game flowing. Number of times Chris Carella would scream woo during a game, over under 9.5. Years past, this is an easy over, but this year his son William was playing. That gives Chris 2 family members on the team that are already embarrassed by him. I went with the under, and this paid off. It's not just about the games, it's also about going to Silks. Ordering 1 pound of chicken wings and the number of chicken wings you actually get on your plate, over under 5.5. It's close. That's right on the line for me. I went with the over, and on that night, Silks delivered. But it's not just individual weeknight bets either. We had whole season bets as well. So to start with, a bet that cashed in very early this season, number of games that would be stopped due to someone being taken away in an ambulance. Over under 0.5. Seemed risky, but I took a flyer on that one, and I actually got a really good chunk of change out of it. Now, is it morally onerous to profit off of your own teammates' misfortune? I don't know, but I really enjoy the PS5 I got with that money. Sorry, Angie. Scott Turner finishing the regular season on the last place team yet again. Yes or no? I was thinking going with no, especially since he was no longer playing on Anthony's team, but I just had a gut feeling, and I won this. It was a long shot bet, paid off really big for me. Speaking to Anthony and his team, the Sharks, of course, the big money comes from betting on championship games. This year, in the major championship, we had the Leafs, a powerhouse, a wagon. They're already playing strong hockey, rolling their lines. They've got the second coming of Felix Poppin in net against the Sharks. They've got one defenseman, a referee who doesn't know to not take slap shots. They've got Ducks Defenseman of the Year candidate James Duncan playing first-line center. Anthony's coaching the team. They didn't beat the Kraken once this year. It seemed like a big mismatch on paper. But my good friend John Wellington taught me that it's not just about your gut, it's about the odds. And at plus 675, this was way too juicy of a bet to pass up. I had to take the Sharks, and the Sharks won. I got a lot of money out of this, but Nick, don't worry, the house would have won a lot of money on this bet. Overall, when I showed Nick the results, he's very impressed. You like the sound of it. Starting next season, winter 2023, on the new GHL website, you're going to see the Bet GHL app. Good luck enjoying the app, everybody. I bet you will.
The GHL app is only available to those 19 and over and are a resident of Ontario. Sorry, Caroline. The GHL, its players, its nicknames and slogans are trademarks of the GHL Limited. Maximum of $100 on any given bet. App available on all computer platforms. Must not be related to Nick Vocal or any of the refs, timekeepers, or coaching staff, although why would you want to admit that? Gambling is addictive. Please gamble responsibly, and let's face it, if you're gambling on an adult hockey league, you should probably re-examine your priorities. In order to receive any winnings, you must answer a skill testing question that is generated from an AI bot. No one listens to these terms and conditions. I don't know why I bother listing them.